Doron Dororon is dead. Please, somebody check up on Cure Ginga. When I last reviewed Doron, it was clear that this series was about to be cancelled. I had so many problems with it, from the poor pacing, to the subpar art, to the lackluster characters. There were so many things wrong with this series, but honestly, it wasn't bad because Gen Osuka is bad himself. It was bad because of the pressure that the mangaka received and the fact that he isn't a very experienced author. I think working underneath Shuiesha's insane expectations can be a detriment to some mangaka. But honestly, the ending of Doron could have been so much better. It lasted longer than many other manga that get cancelled quickly. Gen Osuka could have used this as an opportunity to really enhance the series at hand and give it a decent ending. And while the ending of Doron was better than other quickly cancelled series, I'm looking at you, Red Hood, I still thought it was very poorly done. There was never consistency with the personalities of the characters, the art designs, or motivations. Take, for example, chapter 27. It opens with terrible body framing for Dora and Kusanagi. They encounter a laid-back old man trimming trees. Yes, trees. They decide to help him despite the fact that Dora had just said that they're on their way to a work meeting. It's at this point that Heisuke Yuji appears, out of nowhere mind you, and drags them along while revealing that the old man is actually the head of the Izanagi Corps. Wow, who didn't see that coming? When the other samurai of the Izanagi Corps introduced themselves to Dora, they're on screen for like 4 panels, then dip. Osuka knew Doron was getting canned at this point, so why bother introducing so many new characters? Stick with what you have, introduce only a few for the purpose of the final arc, and rock with it. It's offensive to spend time on a character only to off-screen kill them. Aren't you trying to attract attention to your manga's conclusion? If so, then fucking draw some fights. This is a battle shonen. Don't waste time on introducing a new legion of villains if you aren't going to showcase what they can do. And it's weird because towards the end, nothing really made sense. Somehow the enemy received Dora and Kusanagi's power and they can bypass the force field that was put up to protect Izanagi HQ? Huh? When was this a thing? Not that it matters anyway, cause the Mononoke army kinda just gets past it. Somehow, I would have loved an explanation for this, but whatever. Characters will say and do things and then contradict themselves on the very next page. Skeleton Bro was supposed to regenerate his arm after eating one of the samurai that he had killed, but that never happens. Like, a few weeks ago, you said that it was going to happen and then it never does. That's such a weird thing to do. Like, you can't just keep on changing what you want to do just because your manga is going to wrap up quickly. This just reinforces the fact that you were never capable of managing a mainstream series like this. Battle shonen isn't that hard. Yeah, it's formulaic, but you can put your own twist on things when you start hitting certain beats like you're supposed to. And Doron never really did that, which is why it's such a hard read towards the end. I don't care about any of the characters. Yeah, I know you're trying to give them personality, and you want them to say as much as they can, and reveal as much about their personality and their ability as you can with such short time left, but come on, like, you need to stay consistent. Speaking of consistency, I'm happy that Ginchiyo returned. I liked her character. She wasn't perfect, she wasn't well designed, but it's okay. She was cool. The Teehee bitch, yeah, she was actually really bad. Psycho Jenny, or whatever the hell her name was, like, even her design makes no sense. Her hair gets wet multiple times throughout her appearances during this manga, and I think that's because she just doesn't look conventionally attractive when she has the frizzy hair. When her hair is down, yeah, she actually looks a little better. I don't know if Osuka has an ability to draw women. Yeah, he has a very cartoony style, but he draws men well. He can have them look like teenagers, adults. He can draw Beast kind of okay. They don't look super great. They do look very juvenile, but he has some ability with his pen. It's too bad that doesn't extend to his female characters. The fact that so many of the enemies are one-shot is really fucking lame. Yeah, you don't have a lot of time when you only have so many chapters left, but I just reread Doron from start to finish, and I see so many opportunities where he could have expanded on his enemies had he just cut the fat and focused on the things that mattered in a battle shonen. And the ending really pisses me off. How the fuck is Dora able to beat Miyamoto? Seriously, the power of friendship and believing in yourself? Do better. Even for a cancelled manga, that was really, really dumb. I just can't believe that the rest of the supporting cast, all of which who are stronger than Dora, were able to have interesting battles, but the final battle, which obviously Dora and Kusanagi were going to be involved in, just devolved into nothing. It was just not a memorable fight. It was so lame. And I don't even know if the fans of Doron can even appreciate what they had to go through. I want to give a shout out to Cure Ginga. Aside from the fact that he was thirsting after my baby mom's Ginchiyo, he really added a lot to the fandom. His posts were funny, unhinged yet funny, and more manga need people like him. Shuiesha, you need to start embracing the fan base of these newer, smaller series. Find the content creators willing to endorse new serializations that they truly do care about and get them heavily involved. Create a grassroots plan that acknowledges those who are supporting the series, like other companies do. Duh. You don't have to be a big-time content creator to create content for something and show that there is value there. And you think that's something Shuiesha would know by now after being in the business for over half a century. Manga is no longer a Japanese-only thing, and I'm so sick and tired of hearing people come with that cap. It's 2022. We have manga apps and simul releases. If the English fan base wants to keep something alive, if there's interest there, do something about it. I understand that Shuiesha is historically cutthroat when it comes to their serializations, but physical manga is a dying medium. Mangaka can grow successful series through online publications, as we've seen with plenty of series over the last few years. TOC ranking means shit now. There are people that want these manga to survive. There are people that feel like shit when a potentially promising manga has to fall off the way that Doron did. So I would love to see Shuiesha actually start to pay attention to what's happening overseas and realize that there are people who get excited when chapters drop. Even if it's bottom ranked in your TOC, you have many who, as soon as the chapter hits, they're talking about it on Discord, Twitter, Reddit. They want it to survive. They want it to be something good. I vow, whatever Gen Osuka creates from here on out, I will champion. I can tell he loves manga, that he wants to be a successful mangaka, but he's just not good right now. And that's okay. I've sucked at a lot of things that I was enamored with, and it took time for me to get better. And he's doing this on a much more public scale, so I can sympathize with his struggles. I just hope he learns from this and does something more original next time around. Doron Dororon is a 2 out of 10.